Good evening and happy Friday. Thanks for joining us for Virginia Tech Television today.
This week, new laws in New Zealand have been prompted following the Christchurch shooting.
And 2 Blacksburg parents are honoring their son through a special bike ride across the country.
But first, college scams have taken over the internet. We'll send it over with Renata Pena in the Media Center. What's happening, Renata?
I'm sure you've all heard about the college admissions scandal, considering it's literally broken the internet. There's been 23 students who have been tied to this investigation, 16 who were accepted to USC, 4 to Georgetown University, 1 to Stanford, 1 to the University of San Diego, and 1 to UCLA. In this whole investigation, there's been 50 people who have actually been charged, which I'm sure you've heard of: Lori Logan, who played Aunt Becky, and Felicity Huffman. As I was saying earlier, it's literally broken the internet, considering the tweets that you can see here. This was blurred out for a reason, so I can't really talk about it, but he talks about how he thinks that the kids who have studied hard, stayed up late, and actually paid for their college applications kind of deserve the right to be there. And then Danielle Page mentioned how watching this whole college admissions soap opera really unfold, and how she remembers when she actually had to go to the store, buy a book in order to somehow help her get into the Ivy League, which she got into. And this brings me back kind of to Virginia Tech's very own basketball recruit, Landers Nolley. He is currently under investigation by the NCAA for his ACT scores, considering they were saying that his GPA in high school didn't really match up to his scores, and he had to be seated this entire season. So it's kind of a bummer that all of this has happened, and it kind of just ties into this whole situation that's happening right now. But that's all the time I have for today. Back to you in the studio.
Some parents will do anything for their children. However, Blacksburg parents Carly Lindy and her husband are going to be biking cross-country in honor of their premature son this upcoming summer. 8 months ago, the Lindys lost their son Ozzie to preeclampsia, a hypertensive disorder that can cause high blood pressure. This complicates up to 8% of pregnancies worldwide. Ozzie was born 1 pound and 3 ounces. A goal of $9,000 will be donated to preeclampsia research as these parents bike a mile for every $3 brought in. Speaking of money brought in, about $4,000 has been raised so far. Both parents will be tandem biking from San Diego all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. The ride can be followed using the hashtag Ozzies Ride.
If you followed and kept up with the Virginia Tech College of Natural Resources and Environment over spring break, pictures were tweeted of a river otter swimming in the duck pond. According to wildlife extension specialist Jim Parkhurst, otters are not unheard of in the area. They've been seen elsewhere in the Strubbles Creek system and more commonly over in the Toms Creek system, including within Heritage Park. The otter gained quite the fan base on Twitter, receiving over 700 retweets. Observers are encouraged to keep a respectful distance and to not feed the otter. However, for International Water Day, student organizations hosted a duck pond cleanup around the area. Reporter Denasia Dunaville has more.
Thank you. One student organization on Virginia Tech's campus is working hard to ensure the duck pond is clean.
H2 Okies hosts the first public duck pond cleanup for International Water Day. Volunteers collected trash around the perimeter of the pond. The volunteers filled about 3 bags of trash that included snack wrappers and condoms. They wore gloves and safety vests and didn't let the slight rain stop them. The second part of the event was a display in Squires about how to keep water safe. The organizer says 21 people volunteered and hopes to get more to tackle the amount of trash that collects at the duck pond.
A lot of people maybe don't even realize that they're littering because little pieces of things will blow away, and sometimes it's just you don't want to go after it. But ultimately the duck pond is like a catch pool for a lot of different pieces of trash that come from not only our campus but downtown Blacksburg as well.
H2 Okies is a new student organization at Virginia Tech and plan to host more events that promote a clean environment. Reporting from the duck pond, I'm Denasia Dunaville for Tech Tonight.
If you have been following the New Zealand shooting updates, new laws have now been prompted after 50 people were killed and dozens injured from the mass shooting on March 15th. Footage of the massacre was broadcast live on social media for 17 minutes before it was later removed. Prime Minister Scott Morrison will meet with social media executives to discuss laws that would focus on videos filmed by perpetrators of extreme violence. The laws will be modeled on existing legislation requiring social media companies to take down child exploitation material. The Prime Minister has also penned a letter to the chair of June's G20 summit in Osaka. Japanese Prime Minister is also calling for the issue of social media governance to be added to the top of the agenda. Opposition leader Bill Shorten said social media companies should be held accountable for extremist content.
2 localities in the New River Valley will be teaming up in order to better serve victims of abuse. The towns of Pulaski and Giles County have filed for over $750,000 in federal funding that will go towards forensic nurses for the area. Going by the acronym SAFE, which stands for Sexual Assault Forensic Evidence, it will be able to help the 98% of victims that need but don't receive the services that forensic nurses provide. Pulaski had nearly 300 cases of sexual assault reported, according to the grant summary sheet. Many victims do not get care for several reasons, including embarrassment and uncertainty of how to proceed. This is most common in rural communities where care may be difficult to access. Victims will also be provided with resources or referrals, or more medical care and counseling. Funding is supposed to be available by July of this year, and the Giles County location will open soon after. The Pulaski location, is set to open in July of 2020.
The Roanoke Times released an article announcing that the go-to art supply store for Virginia Tech students, Mish Mish, will soon be closing its doors. The business was founded in 1970 by the Millers and a couple of other business partners. Each were all third-year architecture students at Virginia Tech. Founded by college students for college students, the store supplies architecture, art, engineering, interior design, and graphic design students. They offer specialized tools and supplies not found in most craft stores. The store's lease will run out this August with hopes of closeout sales beginning in July. Turning to things happening on campus, 2 student organizations recently partnered to host the World Night Market for students on campus. Let's head over to reporter Alan Barnashung for more details.
Thank you. I'm here at the Commonwealth Ballroom where 3 student organizations are hosting the World Night Market.
The Asian American Student Union, the Latino Association of Student Organizations, and Native at VT teamed up to put together the World Night Market. The event consisted of free food and many cultural dance performances. I spoke with an attendee about the importance of this event.
I believe the purpose of running this event is to just help with cultural awareness and give an idea of just exactly how each culture is different and what makes them unique through their food and their music.
The event was closed to the public but still had a good turnout. These organizations transformed the ballroom with festive and cultural decorations. The attendees had a chance to win various prizes from the raffle giveaway. These prizes consisted of blankets, event tickets, highlighters, and more. The highlight of the night were the multiple dance performances.
Reporting from the Commonwealth Ballroom, I'm Alan Barnashung with Tech Tonight.
Busy things happening. That is all we have for you this week.
Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next Friday. Same time, same place.